This is the Sioux City Musketeers Coaches Show. Now here's your host, Curtis Anderson.
Musketeer Coaches Show is right here on Fox Sports Radio 620 Camden. Curtis Anderson with you at Bob Rose Point after. Musketeer Coaches Show is also brought to you by Johnny Mars and Knife River Midwest. Got a couple of players. We got a couple assistant captains, Sam Deckhut and Ben Doran. Ben, you have to actually put the microphone near your mouth if you're going to speak. You just bent that thing out like, hey, how you doing? What are you worried that you're breathing in it or what?
Well, I didn't want people to hear me breathing, so I just moved it.
As long as you're talking, we're in good shape. Ben, third year.
Yeah.
Third year.
Fourth
year.
Fourth.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you're like a resident of Sioux City.
Yeah.
You could probably vote now.
I think I could now, yeah. For sure.
That'll be straight. Are you you can come back next year too.
I could, yeah.
Huh? Make it 5.
Maybe. Why not?
I don't see why not. Why are people in a hurry?
That's a good question. I think kind of just depends on the person, whether it's like stuff that they want to go to school or not. So it just depends on the person.
Well, and Ben, you've noticed improvement in your game each year.
Yeah, for sure. So I think obviously it's a really good league, and throughout my years we've always had good coaches and pretty good teams. So every year have had a chance to improve. So it's been really good for me.
Well, and is the plan to go to Bowling Green next year?
That's the plan as of now. So.
Yeah. Okay. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
Stay another year. You got you guys live together?
We don't.
You don't?
Yeah, no.
I mean, you guys should live together. You see each other more than anybody on the team.
That's true. Best cam in the league. But yeah, I live with the Noreens.
So you're with Noreens. You're with
the Rakowitzes.
Oh, Rakowitzes. Okay, yeah. So you both have. I always like to give credit because they're behind the scenes and feed you.
Their place is like my second home though this year. I've been over there a lot. So
he's always over.
Really
always
nice
taking
people.
his money in poker.
Really? Gambling's not really a good thing to talk about.
Fake money.
Well, fake money, yeah. Supposed. You're not in the NCAA yet, so don't worry about it. It's later on. For people that don't know, Ben grew up St. Louis area. Are you St. Louis or surrounding? Where are you?
It's kind of a weird situation. My whole life kind of moved around. As of now, I live in Philadelphia.
What?
Yeah, so that's kind of my new home.
Should I be putting something down on my chart here or what?
You can.
Or is that birth in St. Louis? Or?
Yeah, so birth in St. Louis. I lived there. I was there, then gone, then there again, then gone, then there again. I would consider St. Louis.
You're more home?
Yeah, kind of. Been there for a while. I've been in Philly for about 2 years now. I love it, so it's getting close. But...
Bandwagon those Eagles or what?
Oh, yeah.
Of course you did.
My first year when I lived in Philly, they won the Super Bowl, so I'm not trying to say I'm a good luck charm, but
yeah, the Musketeers won the Clark Cup last year. Maybe it's you.
Maybe.
Doubt it though.
Doubt it.
You got Mr. Midwest that hangs out with Mr. San Diego.
Yep.
Born
and raised. Yeah, I left when I was 15 to live in Arizona for 2 years, but. Yeah, I pretty much spent my whole childhood in San Diego.
So moved to Arizona, because it's a mecca of hockey, right?
Kind of. Not really, but
you run into a Knives or two?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually played with Knives. But yeah, it was a good spot. They're developing a lot of players, so it's a good spot. California is like a small community of hockey players, so it's kind of have to leave around like 14, 15 if you want to like continue playing competitively.
Well, Sam, where'd you go then from there?
I went to prep school in Connecticut, a school called Salisbury, and I was there for 2 years. It was a great time, developed a lot, and then I was fortunate enough to get drafted by Sioux City and came here last year.
Was that Johns? Johns come see you?
Yeah, saw him a few times. He was the one who recruited me. So.
Yeah, I heard you got recruited again.
Yeah, a little bit. Strand, when he moved to Ohio State, he gave me an offer and couldn't not take it. So
yeah, you couldn't get. I thought like finally we got rid of Strand.
Yeah.
No, he's a great coach. I mean, why not? He knows what you have. You know what they have. Then.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you have to start calling it the Ohio State and the crap like that
Oh,
too.
of course. Yeah.
Jeez.
We're gonna be rivals next year too. So just a few hours away.
How far? Yeah, no kidding.
2 hours, I think.
That's going to be the furthest you guys have been apart in like a couple years.
Yeah.
So state rivals.
It'll be fun.
How many times? Again, I'm speaking with Ben Doran, Sam Deckhut. How many times? How many shifts have you guys played apart in the last year?
That's.
Did you guys start together last year too?
We were on and off last year.
On and off in
the
early.
beginning, earlier in the season.
I'd say
halfway
last
Yeah,
year.
I'd say after like Christmas
Bring this
break.
up just a little bit for me. That's all right.
I'd say just after Christmas break, we found our
Became
line.
permanent?
Yeah, found some chem
You
there.
drafted Steve's over.
We got Steve's and we just went from there.
No, just
Yeah.
collect. So
Yeah.
I think to answer the question, probably like past year, starting from Christmas, probably like 10 to 20 away.
That has to be pretty. I mean, obviously you guys get along, and you both. Okay, you don't get along. You hate each other. That's fine too. But you have to have that. You guys have to trust each other, don't you?
Of course, yeah. I mean,
You know what Duran's doing. He's trying to steal the puck in the right wing corner while you're stealing it over in the left wing corner, right?
exactly. Yeah, we work well in the corners. Like, kind of just know where he's at all the time. So it works well.
Rumor has it, if you do all that right, you have chances to score.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And they can't go the other way if you have the puck.
Yeah.
Does it take buying in, obviously, with Strand and then Kersner about, everyone wants to go flying up and then spin around and, score some goofy goal. But you guys are like meat and potatoes, hard hat type of thing. But they count.
Yeah. No, I think we just stick to our identity as a team, and we can't really stray from there, or we kind of go wrong. So we kind of just stick to our identity, and usually it works out for us. So.
Well, rumor has it almost all the goals in the NHL are scored that way. Gritty.
Very gritty.
They don't make Sports Center, but they also cash checks for those too.
For
I think
sure.
rumor has it on that one. You guys you've worked in a couple different guys. And you had Conme last time. You've had Poitras. How's that going? Or is it tough with a different guy?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think any player on our team can come in and play super well with us. So it wasn't too hard of a transition. Conme is obviously a really good player, has a really good shot. So we just try to find him in the slot, and Poitras is just really good in the O-zone, one of the best offensive players on our team. So it's pretty easy to play with those guys.
Now, so you guys, you hang out together. That's probably good that they actually separate you guys at two different billet houses. That's probably good. Because you would probably speak the same language and things like that. You probably already do. So tell me, Ben, something about you that people don't know.
I can juggle.
You can juggle.
I don't think a lot of people know that about me.
And not just one ball, more than one.
3 of them.
3 of them. How about
Can you juggle pucks?
Yeah. I can.
Wow.
any object? Can they be
Any
different
object.
weights?
Yeah, for sure.
How about it?
Axes, I tried that once.
I was going to say chainsaws.
Yeah, it didn't go too well.
Coaches don't prefer those weaponry things because fingers are important.
Exactly. Yeah.
Deck, tell me something about you that people don't know.
I'd say for people that are around in the Midwest, I don't think they know that I'm a surf instructor usually during the summer.
Surf instructor.
Yes.
You got the blonde hair going.
Yep.
If you got that thing bleached down, kind of unkept, you might just work in there.
Yeah. During the summer, I let it flow, and the sun makes it white, so I fit right in. And,
Yeah.
it's fun.
It's about the look. Can you surf?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just kidding. You get on there, go ahead. Family does that or what? How'd you come up with that?
My oldest brother is really good at surfing, and he loves it. So he actually worked there at the surf school before me, and kind of just followed him in there. And it was just fun working with him on the beach all day, and it's great.
Can he play hockey?
They used to, but I had 2 older brothers, and they used to play hockey, but
they weren't as good as you.
They just didn't want to.
It's okay. I'm much better at everything than my brother.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they taught me everything I know now.
Oh,
so.
you're such a nice brother. This is an honest show here, Sam. It's okay. How about other hobbies, Ben? Other sports? Hobbies? You golf, fish, hunt?
I do golf. I'm not very good at it, but I like to go play like basketball. I fish.
Mhm.
Fish in the summers, but other than that, it's kind of just hockey year round.
Foods?
Ooh, I would say pizza.
Pizza?
I'm a huge pizza fan. So
All right. I mean, you guys eat chipper like 3 times a day, so.
yeah,
But I mean, you got to get sick of it, don't you?
never.
It's
It's good.
pizzas on that one. Okay. What about you, Sam?
Foods or
First hobbies.
Hobbies?
Surfing, obviously, which
surfing?
is pretty cool. The chicks would dig it. You know,
Yeah, they
that's
love
kind of
it.
one of those things.
Oh yeah. Well, sports. I'd
Yeah.
say we're the best sewer players on the team. So
Seriously, there's times I
I'd
walk
say
down the
so.
hallway and I'm seeing you guys standing by here.
No, we dominate.
Okay.
So like that's probably one of my biggest hobbies, honestly. Out in Sioux
You
City.
guys play
Out of
soccer
here.
then?
I used to,
Okay.
but hockey was just too much time consuming, so I just had to stop.
Yeah, maybe people don't know sewer. Sewer's been around forever on hockey players. Period. Explain sewer.
It's a 2-touch game. You keep the ball up. If you make a bad pass and it hits the ground.
A soccer ball, by the way.
Yeah, soccer ball. If you last person to touch it that hits the ground, then you're out. And there's a lot of rules, but we won't go into it.
There's a lot of yelling sometimes, and I think that's kind of whining on guys that are out, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. So you two are the best two.
Yeah,
Okay,
100%.
between if it's one mano a mano here.
that's tough.
It's kind of like split.
Yeah.
They really trade off.
Yeah.
I mean, these other guys will say the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
All right, that's fair. I'll take it from your word. This gets taped, by the way.
Oh yeah.
It'll be online. It's not going anywhere on
Perfect.
that one. So, so you guys are the best sewer players. And how about food, Deck?
Food, I'd say sushi. There's a really good place in Sioux City, Sushi Bamboo. Probably
Yeah.
go once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, they have good sushi. in Sioux
Well,
City.
I'm sure it's fabulous.
Yeah.
I prefer, if I'm going fish, I'm going with a walleye or something like that, and not that West Coast stuff.
No.
I eat sushi. I surf. What about real quick? What about teams? Do you follow the Chargers? Are you a disgruntled fan?
I'd say I'm a disgruntled fan for sure. They left San Diego a few years ago, and it just kind of broke my heart. So I still like them, but I'm not the hugest fan right now. I was supporting the Padres a good bit, made a run, but lost to Philly.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's all right. Actually, they had a nice run at the end.
Nice
I
run.
like them.
Yeah, Phillies were lights out.
They were.
Honey barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then their lights were out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I picked Houston before the playoffs. Just saying.
Ah.
Okay, so so San Diego Padres, you did that. How about a NHL team?
NHL team is Vancouver. My dad's from Vancouver, so
Yeah, fair.
but we have season tickets at the San Diego Gulls, which is the farm team for
Yep.
the Ducks. So go to them, watch them a lot, and support them. It's pretty fun.
So you get to choose between St. Louis and Philly, who's doing better?
Yeah, exactly.
God, you are a bandwagoner, aren't you? There,
Nah.
Doran?
The worst kind of fan.
Yeah, there's this new team, Philadelphia. I think they're undefeated. I'm going to cheer for them. How about the Flyers? No, I think St. Louis is actually in the standings better on that one. Huh?
Yeah, well, that's kind of how it goes. Yeah, I just root for them both. I got to show love to both sides.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You don't showing love in Philadelphia fan does not go hand in hand, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
The worst fans in the world.
I don't know. I would say New Jersey.
Okay, there you go.
Philly's a
Yeah,
lot
way
better.
to throw something on those East Coasters, guys. That's the way it goes. Okay, now hard hitting before I let you guys go. Okay, let's be honest. The game in Sioux Falls was, in you two particular, as well as the whole team. What's up? It was not your guys' game.
No, it wasn't. Just weren't prepared.
It just seemed the way it came out.
Yeah, didn't start off well, and I don't know. We figured it out in the third, but it just wasn't enough time to get back in the game. And
Yeah, I would just say we weren't ready to go.
Because you guys played terrific on Wednesday.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah.
way, how about those students?
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was electric.
Really cool.
Yeah, I'd do that like once a week. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then as leaders, I know it was a loss, but I thought you guys played terrific against Lincoln. So what did you guys do as leaders, as show, or what have you?
I just think it is like we try to tell the guys like we don't want to be a team that loses twice. Just punch teams first, and obviously everybody knew like we didn't have our best game against Sioux Falls on Friday, so we just felt like we had something to prove and came out. We couldn't get it done, but I did think we had a really good game. Sucks that we didn't get it done, but
Yeah.
we want to be one of those teams that doesn't lose twice.
Well, I look at it, and it's kind of funny because you guys were here at the beginning of this season last year. Guess what? There was lumps then too, right?
Yeah.
And I think it finished okay. I think it was okay at the end there, I think.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I remember you guys, like, blowing 5-goal leads.
Yeah.
And that had to be it's just
It's
ways to
frustrating.
win,
Yeah.
And that's like the league's good especially this year. Like there's no weak teams.
And wouldn't you like it to have a couple weak dogs out there?
No, I mean it's fun. Like the competition's fun.
Come on, it's 60 games. You want a couple weak dogs out there, don't you?
I mean, right now it's the last place of the first place team. It's like 4 points, so 6
All right,
points.
I'll
so
let it go. I would
pretty close.
take a couple puppies out there. That'd be just like, gosh, thank God, finally a weekend where it's going to be easy.
No, we like the competition.
Well, perfect, guys. I appreciate you coming on. Always a pleasure. Best of luck, and we'll see.
This is the Sioux City Musketeers Coaches Show. Now here's your host, Curtis Anderson.
Musketeer Coaches Show is brought to you by Bob Rose Point After, Johnny Mars, and Knife River Midwest. Curtis Anderson now with the head coach of the Musketeers, and Jason Kersner. You got a tough act to follow there, Coach.
Yeah, frickin' frack.
Yeah, absolutely. They got some talent, or something to that fact.
No, good guys.
Yep,
Good guys.
they probably are like twins. They kind of know what each other's thinking after.
Yeah,
playing
which
so
one is
much.
DeVito and which one is Schwarzenegger?
I'll tell you after they leave. I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I might be the DeVito in this group, though.
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes. DeVito had a better career anyway. Better actor.
I mean, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it's still going strong.
It is.
Got to be one of the best comedy shows of all time.
Well, let's even date back. He was Taxi, too.
Of course.
And that was a long runner popular.
Yeah.
And Always Sunny in Philly. I should have asked Doran if that's his favorite show.
Yeah.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia, favorite show? Okay, well then.
We could do a whole show on different favorite Always Sunny episodes, but not today. We could do that a different time.
All right, so 3 games last week, including Wednesday, and obviously we chatted about it in the pregame and stuff like that. But once again, I do want to just bring up that atmosphere that was so. It was hard not to play well in front of those kids.
Awesome. I mean, give Trav and Tanner and Austin, everyone in the front office, so much credit. It was an amazing atmosphere. If you're gonna play Wednesday at 11 a.m., do it like that.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
I've been, in past a Sunday afternoon, and you're going, is it hot in here? I could take a nap,
Yeah.
But the atmosphere was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
So is the play. Sure doesn't hurt to jump out early, huh?
No, I mean, we talked about it. It was kind of one of the lessons from the Fargo weekend that we wanted to be able to come back. I think we were, as a group, if you ask these guys, I think they were happy that we were playing Wednesday. Didn't have to wait for the weekend.
Sure.
But it's one thing to feel that way, and it's another thing to go out there and do it. So give these guys a lot of credit for showing up at a different time and executing what we wanted to do, playing to our identity, and having a really good game. Good start.
It was a great start. Got back in the win column. Then you had to go to Sioux Falls. You knew Sioux Falls was going to play a better brand because they lost. No matter who you play, it doesn't matter. Guys, it was just flat that night.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you got to give Axel Mangbo a lot of credit. That was one of those games.
He wasn't flat.
No, I think we got to the locker room down 1-0. It felt like it could have been 3 or 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we survived the first. I thought we had a little bit of a push to start the second. We got ourselves back in the game. It was disappointing that we'd taken a 2-1 lead and then we're unable to kind of get to the room with that lead.
Yeah, I was watching the game when you took the 2-1 lead. I'm like, all right, here's that team.
Yeah, and turned out that the ice conditions were really poor that night.
Yeah, was that the pink stuff or
I don't know.
it was I had mentioned a number of times on the broadcast. It was there you can't pass the puck on it.
No, it was tough, and so being in the lead in going into the third period would have been
A lot better.
a lot better. So,
Yeah, was it
Fall
too
time.
much slush or
yeah,
I
it was
just
tough. The third period ice was tough. There was just we did play well, and we had zone time possession, but
Mhm.
the ice was slush. They were packing it in. Good for them. Yeah, any team, we would have done the same thing on those ice conditions with a lead.
Absolutely.
It was just hard to make plays, and so the fault for us was periods 1 and 2 not being good enough to be in the lead at that point, and that was the disappointment.
Then you come back in Lincoln. I mean, this was a disappointing loss in the fact that I thought you played a terrific game, but lost. You know, it's just I think their goaltender was outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, we had talked about him in the pregame show. There's a reason
He's third round pick.
why he's that, and I thought we threw everything but the kitchen sink at him. But I think for us, our disappointment, we played a good game. You can say the analytics look good and we outshot them, we outchanced them, whatever. Just gets back a little bit more to that kind of competitive stamina and those things. Like when you're playing a really good team in Lincoln with a really good goalie behind them, every shift matters. And I think there was just, hey, you could say 80% of the shifts we were better than them. Like we did some good things, but the 20% or whatever the number was, the times that we took our foot off the gas or we got disconnected or we made a mental error against really good teams with really good goaltending, it can cost you. And that again, hey, we there's a lot of positives in that game. But for us to take the next step, we go back to that competitive stamina term. We got to do it for 60.
Yeah, that's that early season stuff. Learning how to take the next step, and I know you don't want to hear excuses, but I mean it's the stuff that happens at the beginning of the season.
It does, but we're 12 games in now, and hey, as the coach, you take full responsibility and ownership for it. You can sit here and say we're close, and we do feel like that. I know these guys are talking about the standings are bunched, and I think it's going to be like that all year. It's going to be a competitive race all year. But these are controllables, things that we can clean up, things that we need to do better. So I think we've got off to a really good start this week. It's obviously just a tough schedule, no different than anyone else. I think Des Moines playing 3. I'm sure Sioux Falls is too. So you just came off a 3-game week, and now you have a 3-game weekend. So you really try to find that a good balance of work and rest. So you have good energy coming into a 3-game weekend because you want to collect your points. But we have work to do. We have to get better. So I thought we had a good meeting today. I thought the guys practiced really well today. We didn't practice long, but we practiced really hard. I thought they responded well. We're going to have to be really good at practice on Wednesday and Thursday. We just saw if you don't play well, Sioux Falls will beat you, and they'll beat you pretty good. So we got to have a good week. We got to get better. And, we got 3 tough games coming up this weekend.
Speaking of tough things, Brian Nicholas took a hit, and God, he's been playing good.
Yeah.
I hate that when it happens to like a first-year player
Yeah.
early, because when he comes back, he'll be back, but then he has to really catch up, type of thing. And it was a big hit. You're going to lose him for how long, do you think, or guess? Obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. We're still kind of waiting. I mean, it's going to be measured in weeks, not days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was. We all know when you're a young player, you come into this league, there's an adjustment, and it just takes time. Brian's a good player and someone that we're excited about. He, I think, was really kind of starting to turn the corner and just went from someone who was, I think, figuring out the league to looking like somebody that was ready to start making an impact in the league. And I think he was getting more comfortable with it. And to your point, he was playing better. He had recently scored, but he was showing up with more shots and more chances and more time on ice and all of those things. So he was starting to become more noticeable on a daily basis. The timing's tough, but hey, we all know injuries are part of sports. It's the worst part of sports. Nobody likes them, and his dad's a doctor, and he's well connected in that.
He's got a little help there.
He's got some help,
yeah.
So he'll get the best possible care, and he'll get himself right, and we look forward to getting him back. But yeah, there'll be a readjustment phase for a young player with that. So it is tough timing for him, but we still believe in him, and he'll get better, and he'll come back and contribute when it counts.
one other loss, and this is not an injury loss, and when you have a tight group, you become a family, and always wish the best on something that is a positive going somewhere. We had a loss of Luke Strand, we had a loss of Andy Johnson, and now Jackie Gutierrez, your athletic trainer, who is amazing as a person, as a professional, as you couldn't get a better athletic trainer, is going on to bigger, better things into the pros, which is awesome.
I mean, yeah, I think you summed it up the best. I mean, when you have the level of success and the work that Jackie's put in, Luke's put in, Andy's put in,
Yeah.
this is what happens, and it's not.
I
Yeah,
wish they all were just a little worse.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I mean, you listen. I mean, you can look at it and say, "Oh, well, we lost Jackie, we lost Andy." Like, who wouldn't want Jackie? Who wouldn't want Andy? Who wouldn't want Luke? But, I think this is obviously all the players come to this league to use this as a stepping grounds to bigger and better things, and so do the staff members. So, unbelievably happy and for Luke and Andy, and now Jackie gets to join the list. And there's been a lot of, whether they've been assistant coaches or trainers or that equipment guys that have used Sioux City. To me, this is just another feather in the cap. Sioux City. I can't take credit. I wasn't around Jackie enough to say that I was a part of her development, but obviously that goes to Luke. And
this is the second athletic trainer moving up.
Yeah, for sure. And
I mean, it's awesome. Well, in fact, we've had others as well. Let's be honest. But, one's at Mankato, one's at...
Yeah. But, I mean, Luke was a big part of Jackie's development, less so much in the training, but just, she was here 4 years, and, Luke's a great coach and a mentor, and I know helped her and couldn't be happy for her. And yeah, you're right. I mean, it's the thing that is going to be missed about Jackie. The next athletic trainer, whoever that person is, I don't know that person will be as good or a better athletic trainer. The real thing about Jackie is Jackie's value is, she has the title of athletic trainer, but that's not what she is.
She's a family member of the team.
She does everything.
Everybody, all those guys trust her.
Yeah.
Trust her for whatever she says.
And in way more areas, she athletic training, but she is involved in the strength and conditioning. That's a coach, right?
Oh, she's out in the hallway. Yeah.
So she does that. She meets with players and helps them through things that have nothing to do with athletic training, that have to do with life. She, in the off season, she helps with billets, and she does meals, and she does nutrition planning. She does so. Jackie won't be replaced because we're not going to find someone that's going to do 12 different things, 15 different things, and impact the organization in as many ways as she did. So in that area, she'll be missed. But again, we look at it as nothing as a positive and happy for her, and it's an opportunity to get to professional hockey. And I don't know, so I take this with a grain of salt, but I would imagine, and maybe it's growing, but opportunities for women in pro sports got to be less than
absolutely.
For men.
And the awesome thing, Sioux City's had 2 of them now.
Yeah, so
which is pretty awesome. Yeah, she's just a professional. So yeah. And by the way, she has the best mascot in the league too.
Right.
I mean,
that's right. So that's another team member that we missed. But yeah, so for a female to be use Sioux City as a developmental step to move on to pro hockey, couldn't be happy for.
Well, perfect. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about this weekend and more. It is the Musketeer Coaches Show on Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS.
This is the Sioux City Musketeers Coaches Show. Now here's your host, Curtis Anderson.
Musketeer Coaches Show is right here. Bob Rose Point after, where good times gather. Also brought to you by Johnny Mars. And I did a double dip today. I had Johnny Mars for breakfast today. Just saying. And it's also brought to you by Knife River Midwest. And got to see the Halls this last weekend, too. That was always good. Jason Kersner is the head coach of the Sioux City Musketeers. This weekend, 3-3. At Sioux Falls, you know what that's like. Against Sioux Falls, you know what that's like. And then a Sunday afternoon, we'll get to that in a second. But let's pop over to another awesome thing. One thing about Sioux City Musketeers is we enjoy a great team, a fun team, and all that stuff. But the community involvement is amazing, and we're going to have another one with Veterans Day is coming up on Friday. Saturday is military night at the Musketeers. So another one that draws well. It's awesome, and it's a way to give back to the vets.
Yeah, for sure. I actually think that the game at Sioux Falls is their military night.
Good?
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah,
Double dip.
Double dip. Yeah, we were there for their pink in the ring.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be back to back. Obviously, 2 events that are for great causes and a way to honor and give back. And we'll have a jersey auction Saturday after the game, just like we did. And hopefully, we have again another great night of raising money and helping. And yeah, I mean, this is one of the best parts about the Musketeers is just what you mentioned. Obviously the games and the kids, but the community involvement, and like you mentioned, the Wednesday, the school day game, and the Pink of the Rink event was unbelievable. We're really looking forward to military night. So yeah, it should be a really packed and fun weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone in the military or active or vet, I should say, can get a free ticket to the game. And then you guys are raising money for Victory. Is it Victory? God, did I just screw that up? The park. Freedom. I don't know, like Victory. Well, there's a lot of victories.
There's a lot of victories. Yeah.
But Freedom Park, excuse me. I've been there a number of times. It's a beautiful park.
Yeah.
And for this time, it's going to that because I think they have some projects coming up.
Yeah.
Pretty darn awesome. It's a great group, by the way, that does that Freedom Park.
Yeah. We had a chance to meet someone and spent some time with them at the Texas Roadhouse last night. So, so we had a great cause and looking forward to a great weekend.
Yeah, so that's coming up on Saturday. Now, here's the backside. Obviously, you had 3 games this last week. It was Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. This is going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, early season. Any concerns?
Yeah, it's a lot of hockey. I mean, it's I don't know. I know when we play Des Moines, it'll be our 3rd game. It'll be Des Moines' 3rd game too.
So you're in the same boat.
We're in the same boat, so we're all dealing with it. But threes are tough in this league. I mean, especially we just talk about how tightly contested this division is, and and how hard you have to play to have success against these teams. So, I mean, fatigue management and injury and those things do become a concern. So, again, they will be for Sioux City. They will be for Des Moines. It's not nobody's advantage or disadvantage, but we have to balance kind of that work and that rest to make sure that we can play with great energy and both mental and physical. We got to be focused and we got to be able to play hard, play fast, play relentless, and do it the right way for 180 minutes.
It's interesting. Okay, you got 10 points. First place has 16 points. You faced everybody except for Waterloo.
Yep.
Give me your assessment how close every team is.
Really close.
I mean, I
think it's going to be like this all year. Truthfully, I think just from if you ask me who the favorite was, I would say it's Waterloo. My viewing in them in Pittsburgh, I think they have a really good group. But I think it's going to be really, really tight.
They were really good at the end of last year, too.
Yeah. No, I have a lot of respect for Waterloo, but I do for everyone. I mean, we've seen, you can look at this and say Lincoln and Fargo are the top teams. And
Lincoln has a great goaltender, great forwards.
Fargo
Really has
the
forwards.
But, hey, we just played Lincoln. They beat us, but we feel like we can hang with them.
Yeah.
Fargo, we played 3 times, 1-1-1. They beat us up pretty good one game. We beat them up pretty good one game. They beat us at a buzzer in overtime. So, we do feel like that if we continue to improve and can bring that competitive stamina and play 60 minutes to our identity, that we'll have a chance to beat everyone. But we also know that if we don't play our best, what's been proven is that it's not going to be good enough. So
you're going to lose by a goal and an empty netter or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So I know you talked about it with the guys, and we can go back. Slew was here last week. Like, one of the reasons that I think that we feel like we have a chance to be really competitive throughout the years because of these guys. The leadership here is really good. Grant, who was here last week, these 2 guys, they're amazing, amazing guys. Obviously, they're talented players. Fans know them. They were here on the team and last year and contributed to a championship, but they probably don't get to know them as much as people, as leaders. And I have the utmost respect for them. And when they play a bad game, they know they played a bad game. They do something about it. So I like our chances because of people like Grant Sulkinski, Ben Doran, and Sam Deckhut.
Very good. 7 o'clock puck drop on Friday, 6 o'clock on Saturday. That's 3 o'clock puck drop on Sunday. Broadcast on the radio as soon as the Viking game is over. We're going to kick it out there. Just obligations. But you can always have everything on flow right on time. So, Coach, I'll see you at the rink.
Thanks, Curtis.
Musketeer Coaches Show, Fox Sports Radio 620. KMNS, Sioux City.